problema sa projectile. Bakit projectile? Favorite kasi yun sa board exam. Next na topic is variable acceleration. Rectilinear motion pa rin, ibig sabihin we're going straight. Okay? Ang motion natin is diretso, hindi kurba. Kasi pag kurba, curvilinear. Okay? So, pero the acceleration is variable. Okay? Nabanggit ko na yung curvilinear. Kasi syempre, pagka rectilinear, wala kasing angles involved. Okay? Pagka curvilinear, meron ng angles involved. Meron ng angular velocity. Meron ng angular acceleration. Anyway, darating tayo ron. Okay? So, rectilinear motion, variable acceleration. Hindi ko sasagutan lahat ng tanong dito dahil ito ay halos paulit-ulit lang. Ito yung kailangan mong maalala. Okay? That velocity is equal to displacement over time. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity over time. Okay? And ADS equals VTV. Anyway, halos nasasagot na ng netong dalawang equation na to lahat ng problem. Okay? So, papakita ko sa iyo kung paano yan gamitin. Siguro diretso natin sa situational problems. Teka, ulitin ko sa whiteboard ha. Kasi yung mga problem natin dito, meron yang mga given na equation. So, syempre, magre-rely tayo sa calculus, both differential and integral, to solve for acceleration equations or velocity equations or distance equations or displacement equations. Okay? Okay, so diretso na nga tayo sa problems. Okay, situation number 10. So, the position of a particle along a straight line is given by, so ayan, S equals t cubed minus 90 squared plus 15t. Sulat ko ha. Displacement yan, position of a particle along a straight line. Okay, sumusunod tayo sa sign convention dito. When S is positive, ibig sabihin it is displaced to the right. When S is negative, ibig sabihin it is displaced to the left. Okay? Sabi S equals t cubed minus 90 squared plus 15t. Okay. So, ayan. Determine the velocity when time is equal to 10 seconds and acceleration when time is equal to 10 seconds. Okay, so ayan. Natanong, acceleration when time is 10 seconds at velocity when time is 10 seconds. Ang meron lang tayo is equation of displacement as a function of time. Okay? Sabi natin, unahin natin yung velocity. Sabi natin, velocity is change in displacement over change in time. Okay? Change in displacement over change in time. Pero, paano natin yan makukuha? Okay? Tignan mo to. This is S. Okay? Parang, ang kailangan mo is ds. Okay? Ibig sabihin, para makuha mo to, kailangan mong i-differentiate yung, para makuha mo yung velocity equation, kailangan mong i-differentiate yung S with respect to time. Nagigets ba? Okay? Ang meron tayo is displacement equation. Yan ang given. And you have to differentiate S with respect to time, okay, para makuha mo yung velocity equation which we need, okay, para makuha yung tinatanong. Okay? So, ganun yun. Kasi ganito yan eh. When you have displacement equation as a function of time, kailangan mo lang i-differentiate yan para makuha yung velocity. Kapag meron ka ng velocity as a function of time, kailangan mo rin i-differentiate with respect to time para makuha yung acceleration. Anyway, mas malinaw yan kapag tawag dyan, pagka pinakita natin. Sabi natin, velocity is equal to derivative, o tawag dyan, change in distance, change in displacement over time. Dalawa lang kasi gagawin mo rito eh. Either mag-i-integrate ka or mag-differentiate. This time, kailangan natin mag-differentiate para makuha yung velocity. Okay? So, differentiate natin to with respect to time. So, magiging 3t squared minus 18t plus 15. Okay? This is your equation, and this is your velocity equation. Okay? Derivative ng s with respect to time. Kaya ako differentiate para makuha ko to. Okay? Anong meron sa equation na to? Then this is your velocity at any time t. Ang gagawin mo, substitute mo na lang yung 10 doon sa p. Okay? So, 3 times 10 squared minus 18t plus 15. Okay, that's 135. So, yun ang sagot. 135 feet per second. Okay? So, sagot dito is 135. Sinubstitute ko lang to. Yung 10. 10, then 10. Okay? And, so, yun. Ngayon, para makuha mo naman yung acceleration equation with respect to time, ang gagawin mo, ano naman, di ba alam natin na acceleration is equal to change in velocity over time. Ibig sabihin, derivative of velocity with respect to time. Ito na yung equation mo, velocity equation. Ibig sabihin, i-differentiate mo pa ulit siya to get the acceleration equation. Okay? So, magiging 60 squared minus 18. Then yun. Kapag time equals 10 seconds, then acceleration natin, tingin sa calcu, indot. 6 times 10 squared minus 18. That's 582. Okay? Pero para mali yun. Sandali nga. 60 lang pala, sorry. Bobo sa differential calculus. 60. 42. Okay? So, 42 feet per second squared. Ayun sa gawin. Ganun lang. Kasi dito sabi ko nga, ang gagawin mo, mag-integrate ka lang or mag-differentiate. Okay? Parang ganito yan, oh. If you have, tawag dyan, displacement equation as function of time, kailangan mo siya gawing velocity, di differentiate mo. Tapos, para makuha mo yung acceleration, differentiate mo ulit. Paano naman kung ang meron ka is acceleration? Kailangan mo ng velocity. Di-integrate mo. Okay? Meron kang velocity, kailangan mo ng s, di-integrate mo ulit to get that s equation. Okay? So, dalawa lang gagawin mo yan. Either mag-differentiate or mag-integrate. Kailangan lang, alam mo itong relation na itong dalawa. Itong velocity at saka yung acceleration. Okay? Next. Is station 11. So the motion of a particle is defined by A equals 6v raised to 1/2, where A is in feet per second squared and V is in feet per second. So when T is equal to 2 seconds, V is equal to 36 feet per second and S equals 30. Yan namin given. Okay? Kaya alam natin A equals 6v raised to 1/2. Okay? Sabi, when time is equal to 2 seconds, velocity is 36 feet per second, and displacement equals positive 30 feet. Okay? Pinapahanap velocity when time is 3 seconds, tsaka displacement when time equals 3 seconds. Okay. So, ito yan, ha. Ito yung acceleration. Ito lang ang equation na given sa atin. Excuse me. Then, ang sabi, di ba, yan. Ito yung initial position. Time equals 0. And, S is net. Alam kung 0 nga ba. Okay? Basta sabi, when 2 seconds has elapsed, ang velocity niya is positive 36. So, So, nandito siya, and ang velocity niya is pakanan, 36 feet per second. And sabi, when time equals 2 seconds, ang displacement niya is positive 30. Okay, so ito yung position niya from its point of origin. Okay, so yan yung binabanggit. Ngayon, kailangan ko ng velocity when time equals 3 seconds. Alalahanin mo lang. Okay? Meron ka acceleration. Ito doon ka magsimula. Alam mo, acceleration is change in velocity over time. Okay? Iborahin ko to. Tapos, edi, kailangan mo velocity. Edi, bukod natin yung dv. So, i-cross multiply natin to dun. Okay? So, pwede natin sabihin na a dt. O, edi ba, ikaliwa natin si dv. dv equals a dt. Tama? Cross multiply ko lang ha. Ilipat ko lang to dun. dv equals a dt. Okay. Tapos, using that acceleration equation, a equals 6v raised to 1 half dt. Okay? Parang mali yung tama lang pala. 6v raised to 1 half. Okay. So, ayan. Kaso lang, naku, parang hindi po natin magagamit siya. Okay? Okay. Paano natin gagamitin yan? Wait lang. Yung mga formula ba tayo makakatulong dyan? Hindi kasi expressed in time yung yung acceleration eh. Kung ADS VDV kaya, magagamit kaya natin yan. Mukhang pwede natin gamitin yun no? VDV. Since A is expressed in V. Parang pwede mong gamitin to ngayon dito. Ayan. Parang pwede natin gamitin to. Pero anyway, huwag muna natin gamitin yan. Try natin gamitin lang yung ADV o yung ginagamit natin. Huwag muna natin gamitin to. Doon tayo sa mga basic lang. Ito, VDS over DT tsaka ADV over DT. Although pwede mong gamitin to para mas madali din to. Balikan natin. Oops. Okay. Alam natin na velocity equals ds over dt. Okay? Teka lang. Alisin natin ito. O pwede tayo magsimula rito. Ito. O pwedeng i-substitute mo na lang pala ito dun. Ayun. Acceleration equals dv over dt. So pwede natin sabihin na acceleration dv over dt equals 6v raised to 1 half. Tama? Kasi kailangan ko ng velocity in terms of time. Okay? So, gagawin ko, ayan, gagawin kong dv over dt yung a. Tapos, lipat ko yung v doon ito sa kabila. Okay? So, pwede kong sabihin from this equation that dt equals dv over 6v raised to 1 half. Okay? Kasi ang gagawin ko, i-integrate ko to. Okay? Ulit, pwede mong subukan to. Okay? Kaso, sa ibang equation ko kasi makakarating Okay? Parang ang mangyayari sa'yo, makakuha ka ng velocity in terms of acceleration. Parang ganun. Okay? Or acceleration in terms of velocity. Okay. Sinubukan natin to. Okay? So, ayan, pwede natin i-integrate to both sides. Anong mangyayari sa yun? Makakuha tayo ng time in terms of velocity. Okay? O, tingnan natin. So, dt equals, integrate natin yan. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, dalawa lang gagawin dyan. Either mag-differentiate or mag-integrate. Okay, dt equals 1 over 6 b raised to negative 1 half dv. Tama? Ayan. So, pagka in-integrate natin yan, this becomes t. Ito magiging 1/6. Ito ay v raised to negative 1 half plus 1. That becomes 1 half. Tapos may 1 half dun sa ilalim. So, magiging 2 v. O, teka. Magiging 1. Ano ba? 1 over 1 half. Tama ba? Magiging plus 1 ito. Tapos n plus 1. Nandito na. Magiging 2v raised to 1 half. Okay? Tapos, baka may nalilimutan ka, meron dyang plus c. Okay? So, ito na yung equation natin ngayon. Pwede natin sabihin na, teka, taling ko rito ha, t equals 1/3 b raised to 1 half plus c. Okay? Na kung sir, merong plus c, magagamit ba yan? Oo, magagamit yan. Okay? Tinan mo itong mga given na to. Ito. Kapag kami mga ganitong given, when time equals 2 seconds, we given na velocity is equal to ganito, distance equals ganito, pinapagamit sa iyan to solve for the constant of integration. Okay? So, time equals 1/3 v raised to 1 half plus c. Pero sabi, when time is equal to 2 seconds, velocity equals 36. So, masasolve mo itong constant of integration to fully solve for the velocity equation na kailangan mo to solve the question. Okay? Ulit ha. We use the given equation. Then, kailangan mo lang isipin kung ano yung kailangan mong gawin. Will you integrate or differentiate to get to the equation na kailangan mo para masolve yung tanong? Then, kapag ka nag-integrate ka, pag nag-differentiate ka kasi walang problema eh. Wala kang problemahin C. Okay? Pero pagka nag-integrate ka, remember na may lumalabas na plus C doon sa dulo. Okay? And you need to consider the given factors para isolve yung constant of integration. Okay? So, solving for that, pindot sa calcu, t equals 1/3. Velocity lang nun is 36 raised to 1 half. Square root ng 36 plus 6 plus c. Sinipsolve pa eh, no? O yan. O di c is equal to 0. Eh di ganun lang din. Okay? Kusog ko yung black whiteboard para magamit natin space ito. Itong nalalagay. So, pwede natin sabihin na t equals 1/3 b raised to 1 half. Eh, yung c 0 eh. Okay? E di yun. Okay? Okay, so, pwede natin isolve yan. Okay? When time equals 3 seconds, ano raw yung velocity? Eh, di solve natin. 3 equals 1/3 ng velocity raised to 1 half. Kahit nga i-annal natin ito, when I shift solve, kaya na solve yun. Tagal pa, may processing pa. Ano yun? Unahan nga natin yung calcu. 3 equals 1/3 square root ng b. So, 3 times 3, that's 9 equals square root ng v. Then squared, 81. O yun, squared, 81. Velocity equals 81. Okay? So, yun, sagot natin. Saan yun? Station 11. So, ayan. 81 feet per second. Time o velocity is 81 feet per second when time equals 3 seconds. Okay? Okay, so 81. Next is value of displacement when time equals 3 seconds. Sabi, when time equals 2 seconds, displacement is 30 feet. So, malamang mas malaki sa 30 feet yung displacement when time is 3 seconds. Okay? So, burahin natin yung ibang pinagagawa natin dito. So, solve na natin to. Okay? Burahin to. Okay. So, kailangan na natin ito. Ay, shucks, nabura ko yung equation natin kanina. T equals 1/3 v raised to 1 half. Parang ito ata, no? Okay. So, alam mo naman na velocity equals ds over dt. So, pwede bang palitan yung v ng ds over dt? Then, you have to integrate. Okay? Then, t equals 1/3 ds over dt raised to 1 half. Okay? So, gawin natin, para malipat natin yung ds, lipat natin ito dun. So, pwedeng 3t equals ds over dt raised to 1 half. Tapos, square both sides. Okay? Then 90 squared equals ds over dt. Okay? Then, ayun. Lipat natin ito sa kabila para ma-integrate natin yung ds. Okay? Okay, tapos ayan. Integrate natin both sides. Then, ang mangyayari dyan, kung ano man yung lalabas dyan, makukuha mo yung plus c. Then, magkakaroon ka ng equation na s equals something plus c. Then, you have to use this given na concept of integration o given na values to solve for c. Then, yun yun. Tuloy-tuloy na natin ha. So, this becomes 9 t cubed over 3 plus c equals s. Okay? Then, pwede natin sabihin na tapos ulit yung karugtong s equals 3t cubed plus c. Sabi, when t equals 2 seconds, s equals 30 feet. Pindot sa calculate para malaman natin kung ano yung c. So, 30 equals 3. 2 cubed plus ayan, 6. So, ang pinaka-equation natin na s as a function of time, s equals 3t cubed plus, ano yan? Plus 6. Okay? So, when time equals 3 seconds, ang s natin ay equals sa so yan, 87. S equals 87 feet. Okay? So, yan, ganyan lang. Either mag-differentiate o mag-integrate ka lang. Ganun lang naman ang gagawin mo dyan. Okay, so situation number 12. Siyempre, hindi ko nabibigyan ng introduction. So, natin agad. Ang sabi, the straight line motion of a particle is defined by, the acceleration is defined. Binigyan tayo ng parameters, t equals 0 and displacement s equals 2 feet. Ang ibig sabihin niyang when t equals 0, s equals 2. Ibig sabihin, at the beginning, time equals 0, it is already displaced 2 feet away from a certain point. Okay? So, ayun. And its velocity is negative 4 feet per second during that time. Siyempre, kapag binigyan ka ng ganyan na given, most probably, alam mo na mag-i-integrate ka. Kasi those will be used as, o para ma-solve yung constant of integration. Okay? So, number 24, determine the velocity when t equals 5 second. Velocity and distance ang hinahanap natin. T equals 5 and t equals 6. So, we have to produce the equation needed para ma-solve yung velocity and distance from the given equation A. Okay? So, let's start. Teka, kopyahin ko muna yung mga given na equation. So, A equals 3t plus 1 half t. Okay? Tapos, the parameters given at t equals 0, displacement equals 2 feet, and velocity equals negative 4 feet per second. Okay. Tayo sa ating okay. So, syempre from acceleration, we know that acceleration is the derivative of velocity with respect to time. Okay? So, yan, pwede natin siyang sulat 3t plus 1 half t. So, para mapalabas natin, syempre, yung velocity, then lipat natin yung dt dito sa right side, and let's integrate para mapalabas natin yung velocity equation. So, moving forward, so, ayan, 3t plus 1 half t dt. Integrating both sides, velocity equals 3 over 2t squared. Siyempre, alam ko namang, alam nyo pa ang integration. So, ayan, 1 half. Sorry. Teka, sandali. 3t plus 1 half t. Parang may mali doon. 3 plus 1 half t lang pala, sorry. Sorry. Wala palang 3t. Okay. So this is going to be 3t lang. Okay. Plus 1 half t squared over 2. Okay, tapos plus c. Okay. Then, simplifying velocity, 3t plus 1/4 t squared plus c. And alam natin na at t equals 0, sabi ang velocity at that instant is negative 4. Ibig sabihin, it is moving towards the left. Okay, negative. Okay? So, pag sinubstitute natin yan, this becomes 0, this becomes 0, and this is negative 4. So, pwede nating sabihin na negative 4 equals c. Tama? So, the whole equation for velocity is v equals 3t plus 1/4 t squared minus 4. Tama? So, if we want to get the velocity, ano mo pinapahanap? Velocity when time equals 5, then we simply substitute t equals 5. Tama? Okay, then, pagka ginawa natin yun, ano ang kalalabasan? So, let's try. 3t time equals 5 plus 1/4 t 5 squared minus 4. Ay, ang sagot ay 17.25. Nasa choices pa yon? O yun, number 24, answer is letter B. 17.25 feet per second. Okay, so okay. Then, next thing to do is velocity, yung velocity, alam mo na that is, tawag dyan, displacement, change of displacement over time. Tama? So, yan ulit, 3t plus 1/4 t squared minus 4. Di syempre yung dt, lipat mo sa kabila. Then you have to integrate both sides katulad ng ginawa natin dito. And ayun, makakuha mo yung equation na magkakaroon ka ng d equals yan, tapos plus c. Tama? And then, ayun, ulit lang yung procedure. You have to use the other parameters na given. At time equals 0, displacement equals 2 feet. Then you will get another constant of integration c, and then substitute mo lang yung t equals 6. And yun, kuha mo na yung sagot. So, we will not be proceeding doon sa question na yan. Okay? So, kaya nyo na yan. So, the answer for that is C. Number 25, answer C, 50 feet. Okay? So, yun. Next, moving on. Station number 13, tignan natin kung ito ba ay worthy na sagutan. The rectilinear motion of a particle is given by rectilinear means, ibig sabihin, diretso. Hindi siya curve. Okay? Displacement equals to v squared minus 9, where s is in meter and v is in meters per second. When time equals 0, displacement equals 0, and its initial velocity is 3 meters per second. And that because it's positive, we are assuming that it's going to the right. Okay? Initially. Ngayon, ang sabi, ano yung velocity and distance? Okay? What is the distance traveled at 3 seconds? Ngayon, baka isipin mo, sir, meron ng given na S. Ito, solve natin to. Let's try to solve this. Kasi, when you say S, di ba displacement yon? Ibig sabihin, nasaan na siya? Pwesto niya relative to the, pwesto niya relative to its original point. Okay? Excuse me, ha? Okay, so let's try to solve. Teka, sulat ko muna yung mga um, given. S equals b squared minus 9. Tapos t equals 0. S equals 0. B equals 3. Dali lang talaga ha. Wait lang. Okay, balik tayo. Okay. Wait. Okay. So, yan. Solve natin. Okay. So, given this equation, find the velocity when t equals 2 and distance when t equals 3. So, what can we do dito sa equation na to? Okay? So, tignan natin. Alam natin na S, hindi mo na mabibiyak yan. Okay? Yung V, I think that can be written as, di ba? S. Yan, ito sa tayo mapupunta. S equals ds over dt squared minus 9. Pero, di pwede mong sabihin na parang ang hirap naman i-integrate niyan, di ba? Parang medyo ano siya, iba. But anyway, I think kaya yan. Okay? Sandali lang. Balik tayo. I think that can still be written as, bago natin gawin yan, isulat muna natin sa gantong anyo. So, pwede natin sabihin na V equals square root of S plus 9. Tama? Nilipat natin yung 9 sa kabila, then in-square root natin both sides. Okay? O yan. So, kapag ito pwede natin sabihin na ds over dt equals S plus 9 raised to 1 half. Kapag ginawa natin yan, pwede nating ilipat yung S dito sa baba and D dito sa kabila, and we can have that relation between displacement or distance and time. Okay? So, let's try. So, ang mangyayari ay ganito. ds over S plus 9 raised to 1 half equals dt. Tama? And we can write this as S plus 9 raised to negative 1 half ds equals dt. Then we can try to integrate this. Okay? So, mangyayari, this becomes 1 half S plus 9 raised to 1 half. Eh, pagka in-integrate natin siya, plus C equals T. Tama ba? So, this is 2 S plus 9 raised to 1 half plus C equals T. Then, let's try to use the parameters given. Okay? So, sabi, when T equals 0, S equals 0. Tama? So, kapag pwede natin isulat yun as magiging 2, yung S ay 0, so 9 raised to 1 half plus C equals 0. Tama? So, 2 times 3 Square root ng 9 yan eh. Yung square root ng 9 is 3. Tapos plus c equals 0. Then we can see that c equals negative 6. Tama? So we can write this equation as time equals 2 s plus 9 raised to 1 half plus c na negative 6. So yan. So we now have the relation of time and displacement. Okay, so let's try to use that. Okay, so sabi, find the distance when t equals 3. So substitute natin doon sa equation na nakuha natin and tingnan natin kung papalabas natin itong distance traveled, A27 equals A. Okay, so let's use the calculator. S equals, ano yan? Ano yung pinapahanap? Distance at time equals 3. Time equals 3 pala. 3 plus 9, raised to 1 half. Minus 6. Ang sagot ay 0.928 at ang sagot dito ay 11.25. Ano ba yung nakuha natin? At, wait lang. Ay, sorry, shift solve pala natin yun. Mali pala ang gamit natin na equation. P equals 3 pala. So, ang mangyayari, mababaliktad pala yung maisulat dun sa calculator. Okay? So, at P equals 3, ang displacement natin ay x plus 9 raised to, sana hindi naririnig yung maingay sa labas. Nagigigil na ako dyan. Minus 6. Okay. So, that is processing daw 11.25, which is the answer for number 27. 11.25 meters. Okay? Ang iniingatan lang natin sa ganyan ay yung ganito. Okay? Meron kasing particle. Let's say this is its initial position. Okay? At time equals 0, naandyan siya. Ngayon, ang motion niya, meron kasi ganitong equation. Yung initially, mag-move sa right, tapos magde-decelerate, tapos mag-move sa kanan. Okay? Pag tinanong, distance traveled, ang sagot, eto yun. Tama? Yan yung sagot dyan. So, kailangan mong computein to, kailangan mong computein yun. Pag-a-addin mo yun, that is the distance traveled. Pero, kapag displacement, eto yung sagot mo. So, the sagot mo is negative. Okay? So, yun. Kapag distance, you have to compute this. Saan siya tumigil? What is the distance? Tapos, babalik siya. Pag ganun, that is the distance traveled. Okay? Displacement is yung kanyang position relative to its starting point. Pero mukhang nagparehas ang displacement at distance ngayon sa problem na to. So, hindi natin kailangan gawin itong ito. Okay? So, let's try to move. Ano yung question na una? 26. Velocity when time equals 2. Okay? Ngayon, alam natin na when time equals 2 pala, no? Hindi pala time equals 3. Okay. Let's try to use equations na meron tayo. So, ito meron tayo. Gagawin mo, lagay mo yung time equals to dito. Then, you will have S. Okay? And use that S dito sa equation na to to find the velocity. Let's see if it works. Okay? Subukan natin. Equals. Actually, pwede ka naman makakuha ng direct na equation. Pero, wala lang. Tignan natin. 0.5 minus 6. When time equals 2, S equals 7. So, tignan natin. If S equals 7, gagamitin natin tong equation na to. 7 equals V squared minus 9. 4 ang sagot. Okay? So, yan. 4 meters per second. So, yan. So, we have solved this equation number 13. I think pwede na yung mga example natin yan. Parang napaparami na tayo dyan. Okay, so next ay station number 14. Let's try. Velocity, given velocity, V, ang pinapahanap is velocity when x equals 2 at parang direct substitution lang to number 28. And number 29, acceleration daw, you simply have to differentiate velocity with respect to time. Pero I think hindi yun makagawa dyan. Oh, anyway, kaya nyo nang palabasin yan. Hindi ko na-solve yan. Okay? Station number 14, answer number 28 is A. Number 29 is, as you can see on the screen, it's letter D, 8 meters per second. Okay, and station number 15, here it is. So velocity, particle is governed by N. Answer for number 30 is C, and number 31 is dog. Okay, so let's move on sa sunod na topic. Okay, so motion curves. Pero wait, let's describe first ano yung motion curves. Okay? Bago natin sagutan yan, syempre. Ang motion curves kasi, we can compare that to shear and moment diagram. Okay? So, ano ba tinamit natin yung mga problem dyan na kadalasan o na pinapakita? Ayan. Acceleration, from acceleration, nakukuha mo yung velocity. From velocity, makukuha mo yung displacement na curve. Okay? Para lang yan shear and moment diagram sa ganitong paraan. Let's use that diagram na pinakita ko kanina as example. Okay? Siyempre, ito yung 0. Ang pinaka-nauuna is acceleration. Sa tatlong motion curves, acceleration ang nauuna. Okay? When your acceleration is horizontal, positive, ibig sabihin, you are accelerating at a uniform rate. Okay? So, yan. Tapos, kapag biglang nag-drop yung acceleration, ibig sabihin, naging zero yung acceleration. When your acceleration is zero, it doesn't mean na you are not moving. It just means na hindi ka bumibilis nor mabagal. Ibig sabihin, you are moving at a constant speed. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng zero acceleration. Nagiging constant yung velocity mo. And then, let's say, pagdating dito, bigla kang, diba, ito zero mark to syempre. Taas ay positive, baba ay negative. When nagpakita ka ng ganitong marka, ibig sabihin, ito naman, time to, syempre. Time equals 0, time equals 1 hour, or anumang units ng time mo dyan. Time equals 2 hours, 3 hours, and so on. Okay? So, yan. Ito ay acceleration, at ito naman ay time. Acceleration time graph. Yan. Okay? Negative acceleration means you are decelerating, and when you get back to 0, ibig sabihin, you stop accelerating or decelerating. Okay? So, that is your acceleration time graph. Okay? Ngayon, with the acceleration time graph, pwede mong kunin si velocity time graph. Okay? Sa paanong paraan. Okay? If you start from rest, edi magsisimula ka rito. This is zero mark. That's the zero velocity. And of course, same itong ating marka sa x-axis, which is time. Okay? 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and so on. Okay? When you are accelerating at a constant rate, your acceleration is flat. Ibig sabihin, you are accelerating uniformly. Ibig sabihin, your speed is changing uniformly. Kaya ang magiging itsura ng velocity mo is ganito, linear. Okay? So, ayun. Then, paano mo makukuha to? Paano makukuha yan? You have to compute the area doon sa acceleration time graph from the same boundary, then add that area mula doon sa pinanggagalingan ng velocity. So it's like shear and moment diagram. It's like this is the load diagram and this is the shear diagram. Tama? It's the same way. Computin mo yung area, i-add mo doon sa pinanggalingan mo doon sa velocity time graph, and then yun. Okay? Then if you stop accelerating, sabi ko kanina, you will be moving at a constant rate. Okay, constant velocity. So that means horizontal. And then when you decelerate, ibig sabihin you will be slowing down, you will be decreasing speed. So magiging kung linear naman ito, di ayan, pag ganun siya. Okay? So yun. Okay. That's it. Tapos distance displacement naman, displacement versus time graph. Ganun din. Get the area. Sorry. Ayan, laki ng pambura. Get the area. If you started from 0 displacement, di kunin mo yung area na yan, tinan mo yung area na ito, add mo dun sa 0, then yan, pataas. Tapos ito, since this is 0 degree, then magiging first degree tayo. Tapos since this is first degree, di second degree ulit yung curve mo rito. That's your distance versus time graph. Okay? So, ganun lang siya. Para lang shear and moment diagram. Kung galing ka sa load, punta ka sa shear and sa moment diagram. Okay? And then, that's it. Area ng acceleration means change in velocity. Area ng velocity means change in displacement. Okay? So, ganun lang. Kadali. And hindi kayo mahihirapan dito kasi nga, galing tayo sa shear and moment diagram na. Okay? So, let's move. Tayo sa first equation ng motion curves. May mga problems na nagbibigay ng motion curves na mismo. May mga problems naman na ikaw mismo ang magdodrawing ng ikaw mismo magdodrawing ng tawag dyan, motion o ng motion curve mo. Okay. Situation number 16, a car starts from rest and reaches a speed of 48 meters in 15 seconds. The acceleration increases from 0 uniformly with time for the first 6 seconds, after which it remains constant. So there is no acceleration time graph given, pero pwede naman natin i-drawing yun based dun sa given. Okay? So sabi, it starts from rest. So ibig sabihin, velocity is 0 when simula. Tapos 48 meters in 15 seconds. Okay? So anong graph ang madodrawing mo doon? Di velocity time graph. Tama ba? Velocity time graph mangyayari doon. Pero, during that time, the acceleration is not constant. Okay? Kung hanggat maaari, ang i-drawing mong una is the acceleration time graph kasi doon manggagaling lahat. Okay? So, yan. Ito muna. Yung pangalawang statement muna ang ating tignan ito. The acceleration increases from 0 uniformly with time for the first 6 seconds, after which it remains constant. Yun muna yung drawing natin. Sabi, ganito. Drawing natin yung acceleration time graph. Okay. Nung sabi, 0 nagsimula, tapos it increased uniformly. Ibig sabihin, linear of change. Okay? So, ganito. This is time 0. Let's say this is time 6. And this is time 15 seconds. Kasi yan yung mga mahalagang time doon sa problem na binigay. Sabi from 0, gamit tayo na ibang kulay, violet. Yan, it changed from 0 to, ano naging acceleration niya? Pagdating ng 6 seconds, walang binigay. Okay? Hindi binigay kung ano yung acceleration niya mismo after 6 seconds. Okay? Basta ang alam natin, after 6 seconds, naging constant yun. Okay? It stopped changing in acceleration. So, ganito. Yan. Hindi ibig sabihin ng horizontal line na to ay tumigil o naging constant ang velocity mo. Ibig sabihin lang, the rate of change in velocity from time equals 6 to time equals 15 is constant. Okay? Malinaw tayo ron, ha? So, let's name this A. So, ibig sabihin, ng kwento ng acceleration niya, you started from 0, it changes uniformly, and then remain constant at time equals 6 to time equals 15. Then, from that graph, pwede nating ma-drawing yung velocity time graph. Okay? So, ang mangyari, ang magiging, teka, baba natin ng konti. Okay. So, mangyayari, velocity time graph, pangiti. Okay? Sorry. Pakita natin yung kanyang pagiging second degree. Gawin natin pula. Okay, velocity. Tapos, nag-increase linear. Okay? Yan yung ating velocity time graph. Teka, baka may naiisip nyo. Sir, di ba sa shear and moment diagram, when the load is increasing, the shear is, I think, curved downward. Tama ba? Curved downward ang shear. Alam ko ganun yun eh. Naituro ko nakaraan. Okay. So, ayun. Dito sa motion curves, baliktad yan. Okay? Kasi, when you accelerate, when you change acceleration, positive rate and change. So, the velocity changes exponentially. Nakangiti tayo. Okay? Palaki ng palaki acceleration mo, pabilis ng pabilis ang change in velocity. Okay? So, ayun. Baliktad siya compared sa shear and moment diagram. Yung convention ng kung ano yung nakangiti ba or naka-sad face. Okay, so ayan, for the first 6 seconds, the change in speed is exponential because your acceleration is changing even faster. Okay? Then, at time equals 6 to 15, constant your acceleration, so the rate of change in velocity is also constant. Okay? So, yun. Tapos, ang sabi sa problem, after 15 seconds, the velocity is 48 meters. So, we can write this 48. 48 yan, yung kanyang speed after 15 seconds. Okay? So, yan. This is time equals 6. Time equals 15. Yan. May drawing na natin yung motion curves niya. Nag-given. Ang sabi, which of the following gives the constant acceleration? Which is, hindi natin nakita sa graph. Pero I think we can solve that. Okay, which of the following gives the velocity after 6 seconds? So, nasa ano rin yan? Nandun din sa velocity time graph, which we will be solving. And then, which of the following distance traveled in 15 seconds? Most probably, this is going to be the area below the velocity time graph. Okay, so, ang alam natin, kapag inad natin itong triangle, diba, pagka kinampit natin yung area niyan, makukuha mo to. Tama ba? Makukuha mo kung nasaan yung point na yan ng velocity. And then, kapag inad mo ulit to, pupunta ka naman dito. So, makakarating ka sa 48. Ibig sabihin, the area, total area below the acceleration time graph equals 48. Tama ba? When you add all area below the acceleration time graph, it equals 48. So, yun yung equation natin. Tama? So, area sa acceleration time graph is 48 from time equals 6 to time equals 15. Okay? So, yan. E di triangle muna. 1/2, ang base is 6, ang height is A, tapos area ng rectangle, 6, 15, 6, 9 ang base ng rectangle, times A equals 48. Okay? So, solving for that constant acceleration attained equals 1/2 6 x plus 9x equals, ay shucks, 4 to 8. 4. So, bale, 4 ito. Pwede natin burahin yan. And write this, 4 and 4. Okay? Yung ba yung sagot? And number 32 answer is C, 4 meters per second squared. Next, which of the following gives the velocity after 6 seconds? Ito na yung hinahanap. Madali na lang yan kasi kukunin na lang natin yung area below the triangle. So, yun lang, ganun lang. So, 1/2 base is 6, height is 4, di 12. Diba? So, answer is 12 meters per second. And lastly, the distance traveled in 15 seconds, di kunin lang natin yung area below the velocity time graph. Okay, so 1/3 BH para dun sa parabolic spandrel. Ay, sorry, ano to? 12 to, di ba? This is 12. So, base is 6, height is 12. And para dun sa trapezoid, that's 1/2. 12 plus 48. At ang base ay 9. Okay, so the answer is 294 meters. Okay? Okay, so yun yung sagot natin. So, answer is letter A, 294 meters. Okay, so I think that is understood sa inyo. So, let's proceed. Susunod. Number 17. An automobile is to travel a distance of 540 meters from A to B in exactly 40 seconds. Okay, so the auto accelerates and decelerates at 1.8 meters per second, starting from rest at A and coming to rest at B. Okay. Oops, excuse me, sandali lang. Just a sec. Okay, thank you for ano nga ba? Start tayo. Basta ang sabi dito, ang na-travel na distance ni automobile is 540. So that will be the area below the velocity time graph. Okay? So, tapos ang sabi, yung acceleration and deceleration mo 1.8. Okay? But ang hindi defined is ang hindi defined is gaano siya katagal nag-accelerate and gaano siya katagal nag-decelerate. Okay? Pero it started from rest and it will stop at velocity equals 0 din. Okay? Start sa rest, titigil din siya sa rest. Okay? Hindi natin alam. Ano yung hindi natin alam dito? Yun nga, yung time kung gaano katagal yung T sub 1 at gaano katagal yung T sub 2 na hindi siya nag-accelerate or decelerate. Pero alam natin na T sub 1, T sub 2 at saka yung T sub 1 ulit sa dulo is equal to 40 seconds. Okay, so ang mga question dyan ay ito. Distance traveled after 10 seconds and what is the maximum speed? Okay, so let's draw that dun sa ating workspace. Teka, drawing ko muna bago ko i-change yung screen. Okay, so yan. This is 0 and this is 1.8 na positive acceleration and this is negative 1.8. Ito, mula dito, we call that T sub 1. Mula rito hanggang dito, yung 0 acceleration is T sub 2. And because it started from rest and will stop at the rest, then we can assume that this is t sub 1 din. Okay? Kasi kung i-drawing natin yung ating velocity time graph, di ba magsisimula ka sa rest, sa 0. Tapos kukumpitin mo yung area nito. So ang area niyan ay, akyat tayo. So ito ay bali 1.8 t sub 1. Tama ba? Tapos since walang area dito, the acceleration will or the velocity will be constant, and tapos ma-minus mo yung area na to, so it should come back to 0 kasi it will stop. Okay, so yan. It's 1.8 t sub 1. Okay, so yan. Tapos alam natin na this is time equals 40. Tapos, and time equals 40. And alam natin that the total area below this is 540 meters in total. Okay, so yun. Teka, ba't nakalabas pa yung calcu? Ang pinapahanap sa atin is, nalimutan ko tuloy yung mga tanong. Ayan, distance traveled after 10 seconds tsaka maximum speed. Maximum speed, edi ito, 1.8t. Diba? Ang ahat mo lang equation dyan, so ang isipin mo is, anong equation ang magagawa mo? Okay? Based from the given. So, pwede na ba natin solve to? Basta ang alam natin, 2t sub 1 plus t sub 2 equals 40 seconds. Tama? Tapos, alam natin na yung area ng trapezoid, ito. Alam natin, ano bang area ng trapezoid? Dan na lang, sorry. Ayan. Ito na lang, dalawang triangle, isang rectangle. Ganun na lang. So, pwede natin isulat na 1/2 base ay t sub 1, height ay 1.8. Okay? Tapos, let's multiply that by 2. Okay, plus yung area ng rectangle, that's t sub 2 times 1.8 t sub 1 ang height. Tama ba? O 1.8 t sub 1. Ay, sorry. Teka, mali. Wrong. Ang area ng triangle ay, so 1/2. Ang kanyang base ay t sub 1. Ang kanyang height ay 1.8 t sub 1 pala. Tapos, dalawa yan. Plus, excuse me. Ay, parang naalala ko na yung ano. Tuloy na lang natin. Tapos, yung rectangle, that's, actually pwede natin gawin na yung area ng rectangle is 1.8 t sub 1, yung height. Tapos, yung kanyang length, ito, ay 4t minus 2t sub 1. Diba? Tapos shape solve na lang natin. 4t minus 2t sub 1. Okay? Kasi yan din naman equal sa t sub 2 eh. Yan o, t sub 2 equals 4t minus 2t sub 1. O, yun. Okay na yan. Equals 540. And paggamit na natin ang mahiwagang shape solve, and masasolve na natin yung t sub 1, and masasolve na natin yung maximum speed, and masasolve na natin yung area o yung distance traveled after 40 seconds. Okay, so let's try to do that. 1/2 x 1.8x plus 1.8x ay, sobra. 40 minus 2t sub 1 equals 540. Okay, so syntax error. Shape solve. At ang sagot sa t sub 1 is 10 seconds. Okay? So, yan. Yun na yun. Wait lang ha. Ito. 10 seconds. So, ibig sabihin, from 0 to 10, yan na yun. Tapos, 10, bale, 30 to 40, nag-decelerate siya. So, yan na yung ating oras. Okay? And yung maximum speed natin is 1.8 times 10, which is kinalki pa natin, at ang sagot na 18 meters per second ang ating maximum speed. And yung distance traveled after 10 seconds is yung area lang ng rectangle sa taas, which is 1.8 na, ito pala, sorry, area ng triangle pala. Ito yung hinahanap natin. Distance traveled after 10 seconds. So that's 1/2. Ang base natin ay 10 seconds. Ang height natin is 18. Okay? So ang sagot is 90. Okay, so yun yung ating mga sagot. 35 is letter B and 36 is letter A. Okay? That's it. And then next, situation number 18, ilang situation pa ba to? Situation 18, 19, 20, ang dami ah. Anyway, sagutin natin yung iba. Tingnan natin kung ano yung mga hindi pa kayang sagutan. So, ang sabi, a car accelerates from initial velocity of 10. Acceleration is increasing uniformly from 0 to 8 meters per second in 6 seconds. During the next 2 seconds, the car decelerates at a constant rate of 2 meters per second. So you can directly draw the acceleration time graph based doon sa given. Kaya ito pinapahanap is velocity after 8 seconds and the distance traveled after 8 seconds. Alam kong kaya nyo nang gawin yan. O at least siguro drawing natin yung acceleration time graph as shown. Okay? So, teka, drawing ko lang. Sabi, velocity, acceleration, mula 10 meters per second pala ang velocity na simula. Acceleration, 0 to 8 in 6 seconds. It increased uniformly. Okay, so, yeah. Ay, sorry. 6 seconds pala. Okay. Tapos, during the next 2 seconds, nag-decelerate constant rate, 2 meters per second squared. So, 8 seconds ang total travel. Kasi first 6 seconds, tapos, yan. So, ganito yung ating velocity o acceleration time graph. And, from 0, nag-increase to 8. Okay? Tapos, after the 6th second, so biglang nag-decelerate. Kaya bigla siya nag-drop. From acceleration down to deceleration. Siguro kung Brian, no? Okay? So, yan. That's it. And ang pinapahanap sa atin is velocity after 8 seconds. Pero take note na initially, meron ka ng velocity na 10 meters per second. Okay? So, kapag ka-drawing mo yung velocity time graph mo, dito ka na magsisimula. Okay? Tapos, yan, ganyan. Simula ka na sa 10. Okay? Tapos kung ano man yung magiging area ng triangle dito, yun yung velocity niya after 6 seconds. I-add mo lang sa 10. Okay? After 8 seconds pala yung hinahanap. Anyway, let's try to solve that. Yung velocity after 8 seconds. Kasi ganito yung magiging ganyan. Yan, para magiging ganyan ang ating velocity time graph. So, yung area ng triangle, 1/2, base is 6, height ay 8. Tapos, minus, yung ating rectangle is 2. Tapos, 2 rin yung time. So, yan. So, ang velocity natin after, magsisimula para tayo sa 10. 10 plus, hindi ko na napakita yung calculate. Ayan. 10 plus yung area ng triangle, 1/6 times 8. Tapos, minus yung area ng rectangle sa ilalim, 2 times 2. So, ang velocity natin after 8 seconds is 30. meters per second. Ano ba yung sagot natin? Ayan, 30 meters per second. Tapos, yung distance traveled after 8 seconds, we just have to calculate the area of ilang shape to. So, meron ka rito ang parabolic spandrel. Meron kang rectangle sa baba. Kung sama mo na siguro to rectangle. Tapos, meron kang trapezoid. You just have to calculate lahat ng area na yan. Okay? So, ayun, hindi ko na kailangan ipakita yan dahil alam kong kaya nyo na mag-compute ng area. And ang ating distance traveled after 8 seconds is 172 meters. Okay? So, that's it. Next number is station number 19. I think kaya nyo na sagutan yan. Car starts from rest, travels along a straight track, accelerates 10 meters. Binigay nyo yung acceleration time graph. All you have to do is to produce the velocity time graph and yung distance o displacement time graph. Depende sa hinihingi ng problem. So, ayan. Time needed to stop the car and how far has the car traveled. Pero I think yung sagot dito sa 39 is 60 seconds. Kasama yung 10 seconds na simula. Kasi nag-accelerate siya for 10 seconds. At ang alam ko, pagka kinumpit mo to, it will decelerate for another 50 seconds before it comes to stop. Okay? So, 60 seconds ang total mula sa simula hanggang sa time ito ay huminto. So, ang sagot is 60 seconds. So, anyway, kayo na lang bahala mag-compute yan. Pero baka lang kasi maisip nyo na, hala, ang na-compute ko is 50 seconds ang kailangan mula dun sa time na siya ay nag-decelerate. Pero sinama kasi yung 10 seconds from the start. So, 60 seconds ang sagot. So, how far has the car traveled? You have to calculate via area produced doon sa velocity time graph. And yun na, ang distance na travel ng car. Okay? Next, situation number 20. I think this is the second to the last. Okay, bago tayo mag-projectile. A train upon passing point A at a speed of 72 kilometers per hour accelerates at 0.75 meters per second squared for 1 minute along a straight path, then decelerates at 1 meter per second squared. Ang sabi, ano yung distance traveled after 1 minuto at gaano kalayo from point A will it be 2 minutes after passing point A. Okay? Kailangan natin itong i-drawing. Pero minsan may mga pagka mga constant acceleration, kahit gamitan mo na lang ng mga basic formula ng tawag dyan, basic formula ng acceleration, yung rectilinear, yung constant acceleration. VOT equals, so VO equals VOT plus 1/2 o plus AT. Ano lang, mga ganun. Distance equals VOT plus 1/2 AT squared. Mga ganun lang. Kapag constant yung acceleration. But if the acceleration is variable o varying, the motion curves ang pinakamaganda. Ganito, i-drawing natin yan. Ang sabi, may trend na dumaan sa point A, ang velocity niya is 72 kilometers per hour. Drawing natin. Tago muna natin yung calculate. Ito yung point A. Tapos, dumaan yung trend dyan. At ang velocity niya after passing point A is 72 kilometers per hour. Tapos, acceleration niya is 0.75 for 1 minute, which is constant. Okay? One minute yun. After niya ano sa point A. Tapos, after 1 minute, 1 minute ba? Tapos, nag-decelerate ng 1 meter per second squared after 1 minute. Okay. So, yun. Ang tinatanong, ano daw yung distance niya after 1 minute at ano yung gano'n na siya kalayo mula sa point A after 2 minutes. Okay, so tignan natin. Kung i-drawing natin yung acceleration time graph niyan, ganito. For the first 1 minute, acceleration niya is 0.75. Okay? Tapos, for the next na 1 minute ulit. Yun ay. 1 minute, deceleration niya is -1. Okay? Constant. Hindi siya varying. Tapos, ang initial, pagka dinrawing natin yung velocity time graph, magsisimula tayo sa 72 kasi that's its initial speed. Tapos, since constant yung acceleration, hindi magiging triangle yan, tapos baba. So, yan. Kung ano man yung makuha nating area dyan sa ilalim ng velocity time graph, then that is the distance o displacement of the train after 2 minutes after passing point A. Okay, so kunin muna natin yung unang tinatanong, which distance traveled after 1 minute. So, ito yun. Distance traveled after 1 minute is ito. Area ng trapezoid. Okay, buuin muna natin yung velocity time graph. So, 0.75 times 1. Wait lang ha. 72 kilometers per hour. Ano ba yung mga units natin? Meters. Ano tayo? Gawin nating tawag dyan? Meters per second, yung 72 kilometers per hour. Para consistent tayo ng unit. Alam ko, divide mo lang yung by 3.6 eh. 20 meters per second. Pero, tingnan natin. 72. 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. Tapos, 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. So, divide by 3.6 nga. Okay, 20 meters per second. So, mag-start tayo sa 20 meters per second. Okay? Okay, tapos, ayan. Tapos, mag-start tayo sa, kasi kailangan yung units natin consistent. Okay, so, itaguin natin 60 seconds. Tapos, ito, 120 seconds. Okay, so, ang area natin sa taas, 0.75 times 60. Okay. So, ayan. I-add natin sa 20. So, ibig sabihin, ang kanyang velocity after 1 minute is 65 seconds o 65 meters per second. Tama, 65. Tapos, babawasan natin ng area ng triangle sa baba, ang area ng rectangle sa baba ng 80 graph. So, that's 60 seconds times -1. So, ilan na ang kanyang velocity? Mali. 65 minus 60 times -1 o times 1. That's 5. So, 5 meters per second na lang ang velocity niya after 2 minutes or after 120 seconds. Okay? So, compute natin yung area ng trapezoid muna. The distance it has traveled after 1 minute. Okay? So, that's area ng trapezoid, 1/2. Base is 20. Tsaka 65. Tapos, yung kanyang height is 60. Tama yung, ayan, haba. So, that's 2,550 meters. Itong area na to, that's 2,550 meters. Okay? Tapos, yung next question is, ayan ganun na siya kalayo sa point A after 2 minutes. Hindi, computein mo lang yung buong area sa ilalim. Diba? O, computein natin yung area ng isa pang trapezoid, yung nasa kanan. Tapos, i-add na natin sa 2,550. E di 1/2 average ng 65 tsaka 5. Tapos, 60 ulit yung length ng trapezoid. O, 2,1 plus 2,550. O, di that's 4,650 meters. Pero in kilometers ang sagot natin. So, ang sagot ay letter C. That's 4.65 kilometers. Okay? Napakadali ng situation number 20. Next is a car starting from rest accelerates uniformly from 0 at B to 3 meters per second speed for 5 seconds at C. Then, magde-decelerate daw uniformly at 2 meters per second speed and stop at B. So, ang tanong, determine the time elapsed the car has traveled from B to D. Kaya nyo nang sagutin yan. Ang sagot sa stage number 21 ay letter C. Okay?